Hello, I'm Angelo Mboy, and these are the stories making headlines on Capital TV. Interior Cabinet Secretary Joseph Nkaissery now says the war on illicit brews and cancellations of licenses for killer alcoholic drinks has been extended to cover all parts of the country. Nkaissery says governors in all the 47 counties have been incorporated to spearhead the war in their respective regions after yesterday's directive by President Uhuru Kenyatta. Nkaissery was speaking after a meeting with the Council of Governors Chairman Peter Munya, Kenya Bureau of Standards officials, and the General Service Unit boss Joel Kitili. The directive came hours after Kiambu Governor William Kabogo banned the sale of second-generation liquor in his county, and days after Kabete MP Ferdinand Waititu led youth in vandalizing bars. President Uhuru Kenyatta has been voted Africa's President of the Year 2014-2015 for his outstanding leadership. The head of state was picked for the prestigious Africa Education and Leadership Awards for his ability to build consensus locally and abroad, efforts to change policies for the better, and supervise solutions that address Kenya's pressing issues. Thousands of university students from across hundreds of institutions of higher learning in the continent also recognize President Kenyatta for initiating progressive economic programs aimed at uplifting the lives of Kenyans. The students, who are members of the All Africa Students Union, presented President Kenyatta with the award, which among other things celebrates outstanding leadership and educational excellence. AASU student leaders drawn from 12 local universities presented the award to the president at State House, Nairobi. President Paul Kagame of Rwanda is a previous recipient of the prestigious award. Kenya Wildlife Service is now being urged to establish a community conservancy in Kajiado County following an elephant invasion in the area. Founder and the executive director for the Elephant Neighbors Center, Jim Nyamu, says communities should be involved in the conservancies to ensure they benefit from them to reduce human-elephant conflict. Nyamu further says invasion of elephants in the communities is inevitable due to the struggle for water, pasture, and protection. He says affected communities should also be educated on how to live with the animals instead of removing them every time they invade. Kenya Revenue Authority has extended tax return filing deadline by an extra 2 days to officially close on midnight on Friday. Taxpayers who are yet to register on the platform will enjoy a plenty-free reprieve for returns that will be submitted before the new deadline. Domestic taxpayers who fail to submit their returns by this Friday face the risk of being surcharged a 1,000 shillings minimum penalty or an annual tax claim calculated at the rate of 5% of the next tax due annually by KRA. As of midnight on Tuesday, the authority had managed to register approximately 2 million iTax users, heralding a new dawn in the use of information technology systems for tax administration. KRA Commissioner General John Giraini said the rapid registration program focuses on a strict tax return filing on the iTax platform and had managed to net a daily average of 50,000 new users last month. In international news, at least 36 people have been killed after a passenger ferry with close to 200 people on board capsized in rough waters in central Philippines. The Kim Nirvana was heading from the central city of Ormoc to the island of Camotes when it capsized. Rescue boats picked up dozens of survivors who clung to the overturned hull of the vessel. Divers were scrounging the murky waters searching for survivors from the inside of the ship. At least 53 survivors were brought to the hospital, while more than 24 others walked home after the mishap. It was not immediately clear how many others were missing, but a report on Manila Radio said at least 21 people were unaccounted for. In sports, the future of National Sevens head coach Felix Ochieng hangs by a thread after Kenya Rugby Union boss Richard Omwela said they are set to make an announcement soon regarding his job. Omwela revealed Ochieng met with the national squads committee to discuss the way forward following the team's poor outing during the 2014-2015 Rugby World Series. Reports indicate his South African assistant, Vuyo Sankwa, is in line to succeed Ochieng, who replaced his compatriot Paul True in December. Meanwhile, KRU directors adversely mentioned in the forensic audit for embezzlement of funds might walk scot-free. Omwela announced there is no specific evidence mentioned in the report that can lead to prosecution following the scandal that saw sponsors Safaricom and Bamburi Cement sever ties with the 7th Circuit and 15 Super Series. Omwela was speaking after Wednesday's SGM that was supposed to decide the fate of suspended board members, including Vice Chairman Felix Jalango. And that's your Capital Online TV news update. For more on these and other stories, subscribe and like our YouTube channel at Capital FM Kenya.